Coming up next on ECN, a regularly scheduled meeting of the Edinburg City Council. On the council, Mayor Ramiro Garza Jr., Mayor Pro Tem Jason De Leon, Council Member Daniel Dan Diaz, Council Member David Salazar Jr., and Council Member David White. Sitting in as advisors, City Manager Mayra Ayala and City Attorney Josephine Ramirez Solis. And now, live from Edinburg City Hall, the Edinburg City Council.
All right, now I'm going to call this Edinburg City Council regular scheduled meeting to order this evening. Thank you everyone for joining us for this evening's meeting. I do see visibly we have a quorum with all members of council present, with the exception of Councilmember White is not able to join us this evening. And we're going to get started as we do every meeting, and that is with a prayer by Pastor Joe Rodriguez from Vertical Community Church. And I think I saw the pastor here that will be joining us in prayer. Will we please stand for the prayer?
Good evening, Council, Mayor, and my friends from the Police Department. Let's go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you with the humble hearts, seeking your guidance for our Edinburg City Council members and all who make Edinburg such a great city, as they gather to carefully consider on matters that affect our city and community. In Proverbs 2:6, it is written, "For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." We are asking you give the wisdom upon the leaders. Help them discern to know the needs of the citizens, ensuring that no voice is overlooked and that every concern is addressed with compassion and understanding. Grant them the courage to act with integrity and fairness. May they seek your guidance in the discussion, fostering an atmosphere of respecting and collaboration, where different opinions can be heard and valued. Lord, let the efforts be driven by a shared vision for a brighter future, one that would make Edinburgh great, as it continues to be prosperous, safe, unity in our city, and commission and mayor have done an outstanding job. As stated in Psalms 133:1, "Behold, how good and pleasant it is written, brothers to dwell in unity." May the community to collaborate and create community where all residents feel valued, safe, and empowered to thrive. We pray that the decisions led to positive outcomes, cultivating a sense of belonging, support for every individual, organizations. May your peace, which surpasses all understanding, gather their hearts and minds as they work diligently together for the welfare of our city, the city of Edinburg. In all things, may we seek you and seek your will. May the actions reflect the love and the justice. We trust in your divine providence, knowledge that with your guidance, they can build a community and represent unity here in the city of Edinburg. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Yes. I'm now going to ask Ms. Eva Ponce to please come to the podium. She's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. We're going to move on to item 2, certification of public notice.
Yes, sir, Mayor. The meeting was posted in accordance to the Texas Open Meetings Act on May 30th, 2025 at 6:15 p.m., sir.
Thank you. Item 3 is disclosure of conflict of interest.
Yes. Under state law, a local government official is required to disclose the substantial interest for themselves or certain family members and abstain from voting on matters related to such a conflict. Are there any conflicts to disclose related to pending matters on today's agenda?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to move on to proclamations. We have a couple of presentations. The first one is to recognize the South Texas Border Chapter Texas Master Naturalist Program. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary, and I believe we have quite a few members of that effort. If you could just join us here at the podium. Normally, let me just state, our podium is in the middle, but we have quite a bit of recognition this evening. We moved it to make room here, but if y'all could join us here towards the front, I think our city secretary will read the proclamation at this time.
Yes, Mayor. South Texas Border Chapter Master Naturalist. Whereas the mission of the Texas Naturalist Program is to develop a corps of well-informed volunteers to provide education, outreach, and service dedicated to the beneficial management of natural resources and natural areas within their communities for the state of Texas. And whereas started in 1997 by a group of concerned conservationists, the Texas Master Naturalist Program includes 49 local chapters serving 214 counties throughout Texas. And whereas the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department and Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service sponsor the Texas Master Naturalist Organization as of 2023, the TMN program has trained over 17,000 certified volunteers, impacted more than 234,800 acres of wildlife and native plant habitats, contributed more than 6.9 million hours of service, and reached more than 7.1 million Texas residents of all ages. These volunteer efforts are estimated to be worth more than $140 million to the state of Texas. And whereas the South Texas Border Chapter Texas Master Naturalist was chartered in October 2015 to support organizations in Hidalgo, Starr, and Cameron counties. Its more than 104 active members serve as nature guides, administrative support, educators, speakers, workers, gardeners, and physical laborers, building and maintaining trails, interpreting nature for visitors, weeding gardens, and supporting citizen science activities. And whereas in the city of Edinburg, South Texas Border Chapter Texas Master Naturalist members have since 2015 provided more than 5,800 volunteer hours with an estimated economic impact of more than 133,000 and provide direct service to more than 7,000 citizens of all ages. And whereas the Edinburg City Council congratulates and commends the South Texas Border Chapter Master Naturalists on their 10th anniversary and thank them for their continued service to our city. Now therefore, the Mayor and Council of the City of Edinburg, Texas, by power vested in them by law, do hereby recognize the South Texas Border Chapter Master Naturalist.
My name is Ann Mayville, and I'm president of the Texas Master Naturalist Chapter, South Texas Border Chapter, and I would like to thank the 4-time All-American City of Edinburg for this honor and allowing us to volunteer our time and expertise in your city. As I hope you already know, the Rio Grande Valley is one of the most environmentally diverse regions on our planet. People from all over the world come to Edinburg each year to study, to marvel at the incredible species of birds, butterflies, and native plants that make this place so special. We are so grateful to play a small part in this through supporting the good work done at the Edinburg Wetlands and the World Birding Center. It's a truly remarkable place in which to learn and grow, and where many of our chapter members volunteer their time assisting in educational and family programs offered by this incredible staff, some of whom are chapter members themselves. We are also delighted to see so many native plants and butterfly gardens throughout your city. This is a testimony to the fact that we are forming our local community to learn and appreciate what so many outsiders already know. We live in one of the most incredible places on earth. I'd also like to thank Jesse Rodriguez and his staff from the Edinburg Wetlands for their support and presence here today. I don't know if they're here. And I'd like to introduce Javier De Leon. He is our chapter advisor, one of 3. He's superintendent of Cerro Llano Grande State Park in Weslaco. Javier.
Mayor, Council, thank you all so much for the time. City of Edinburg, thank you. This is a really special proclamation. I really thank the city for doing this. The Texas Master Naturalist Program is run by two state agencies or two state entities, Texas Parks and Wildlife and Texas A&M. One of the advisors, one of three advisors for these two chapters in the Rio Grande Valley. This 10-year anniversary is very special. The Master Naturalist is an entirely volunteer group. These folks take the time out of their personal lives to learn about nature in South Texas and the Rio Grande Valley, and then they take that knowledge and they share it with the community. The Master Naturalist Program, since its start in the early 2000s, they've reached 17 million people all over Texas. The 200 or so active members here in the Valley, they do a lot of work. I recommend everybody go to the Edinburg Birding Center, Edinburg Scenic Wetlands here in Edinburg, see a lot of their handiwork. The Master Naturalists help a lot with the 5th grade wetlands program that reaches every 5th grader in Edinburg, which is a program that I talk about to a lot of people in environmental education. So we're really lucky to have this site under the direction of Mr. Jesse Rodriguez. I'm an Edinburg resident. I go there all the time, and I recommend you all go too and see the handiwork from the Master Naturalist chapter in our city. Thank you.
Thank you all very much, and congratulations, and I appreciate all the work that is done, not only here in our city, but throughout our region. Thank you. All right, and I believe item B, we're going to move on to a very special presentation, something that has not ever been done here in our city. At this time, I'm going to have Ms. Roxanne Lerma.
Thank you, Mayor. We do have a full house today, and for good reason. Tonight, we are gathering to honor a truly exceptional group of students. From artistic achievement to academic excellence and military commitment, these young individuals represent the very best of our community. We begin today by recognizing students whose creativity and patriotism earned them top honors at the state-level VFW Young American Creative Patriot Art Contest. If we can have Emiliano Oviedo Rodriguez and Adrian Garcia come up to the front so Mayor and Council can take a photo with them. So Emiliano earned first place at the state level, and he's now moving on to compete at the national level. Congratulations, Emiliano. And Adrian earned 5th place. Also want to give special thanks to art teachers Joanna Villarreal and Jacqueline Garza for nurturing the creativity in these students, and to Sergeant Micaela Reyes, whose coordination helped to make their participation possible. And after they take a photo, we have to give them one more big round of applause, because state and national, guys, come on. Of course, Sergeant Micaela, please come join us. We're going to force you to be in the picture. You did all the coordination, so. And of course, we have some family members that want to take photos after. Thank you all. One more big round of applause. We have artists in the city of Edinburg. Okay, one more. Just kidding. You're very welcome. Thank you guys, congratulations. Mayor and Council, if you all can just stay up here, you're going to take some more pictures. Hold on. Next, we are proud to celebrate the recipients of the 2025 Freddie Gonzalez Legacy $1,000 scholarship awarded by American Legion Post 408. If we can have the winners come to the front: Adriana Noyola, Luciano Osuna, Clarissa Valadez, Aldo Valadez, and Leah Longoria. This scholarship was created to honor the legacy of Medal of Honor recipient Sergeant Freddie Gonzalez, and this year it was also in honor of another local hero, Lance Corporal Dustin Michael Sakula, both of whom gave their lives in service to our nation and our community here in Edinburg. Each of these recipients were selected based on academic excellence, civic engagement, and a family connection to the U.S. military. So today, Proudly recognizing the scholarship winners, Adriana from Edinburg High School will attend the U.S. Air Force Academy. Luciano Osuna, Edinburg North, will be attending UTRGV. Clarissa Valadez, Economedes High School, will attend UTRGV. Aldo Valadez, Vela High School, will attend UTRGV. And Miss Leah Longoria, Vanguard Beethoven High School, will attend UTRGV. I love that you guys are keeping it local. Appreciate that. We wish these young leaders success in their next chapter. Round of applause, please. Congratulations. Thank you all so much. Mayor and Council, stay put. We have more. Tonight, we're also proud to recognize an extraordinary accomplishment by 3 high school seniors from Edinburg. For the first time in our city's history, students from Edinburg have been appointed, get this, to each of the 3 major United States service academies in the very same graduating class. Adriana Noyola, we need you back up here. Eva Ponce and Gael Gama. I think he has a representative here. If you can come to the front, please. These appointments, ladies and gentlemen, are among the highest honors a student can receive. They're not enlistments. They are full merit-based scholarships to elite universities on par with Ivy League schools, offering a world-class education, intensive leadership training, and a commission as officers after they're out in the U.S. Armed Forces. We proudly recognize Adriana Noyola, senior at Edinburg High School, appointed to the U.S. Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, where she plans to major in aerospace engineering. Adriana earned both a presidential and a congressional nomination to attend the Air Force Academy. She's the daughter of 2 retired military officers and a second-generation cadet because her sister Mia is actually a 2024 graduate of the Academy and is currently training to become a pilot. Adriana's decision to attend the Air Force Academy is rooted in her commitment to service and a desire to be part of something greater than herself. Also, Ms. Eva Ponce, senior at Vela High School, appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland, where she plans to major in engineering. She received a congressional nomination and is continuing a proud family tradition. Her father is a U.S. veteran and a member of American Legion Post 408, and she chose to attend the Naval Academy to honor her family's legacy of service. And then, of course, there's Gael Gama, senior at IDEA Edinburg College Preparatory, appointed to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, where he plans to major in engineering or cybersecurity. He also aspires to become a Green Beret and a future leader in Army Special Operations. Ladies and gentlemen, these students represent the very best of Edinburgh, and we thank them for their decision to serve and congratulate them on this remarkable and historic accomplishment. Thank you all so much, ladies. Okay, and there's more. We now will take a moment to recognize a group of remarkable young men and women, high school seniors from across Edinburgh, who have made the selfless decision to enlist in the armed forces. If they can all start making their way to the front, because we have a big group, I'm happy to say. These students aren't waiting for a college degree or a formal commission. They're stepping up right now to serve their country. At a time when less than 1% of Americans serve in the military, these graduates have chosen a path marked by honor and sacrifice, and we are so deeply proud of them. Our enlistees are receiving a certificate as a special recognition, and we're going to cap it off with a group photo. Let me name them: Abel Gomez, Vela High School, Army National Guard; Jonathan Gonzalez, Edinburgh North, U.S. Army; Astrid Aparicio, Economedes High School, U.S. Army Reserves; Emmanuel Cordova, Economedes, U.S. Marines; Carlos Suaste, Economedes, U.S. Marines; Orlando Covarrubias, Economedes, U.S. Marines; Maximo Suarez, Economedes, U.S. Marines; Julio Zapata, Economedes, U.S. Marines; Axel Guzman Escobedo, Edinburgh North, U.S. Marines; Marcus Brown, Edinburgh North, U.S. Marines; Ebenezer Barbosa, Vela High School, U.S. Marines; Jacob Garcia, oh, you're welcome to clap. Jacob Garcia, Vela, U.S. Marines; Jacob Rodriguez, Vela High School, U.S. Marines; Lino Garza, Vela, U.S. Marines; Efraín Rivera Hernández, Vela High School, U.S. Marines. Isaí de Leon Martínez, Vela High School, U.S. Marines. Eugenio Cárdenas, IDEA Edinburg, U.S. Marines. Lluvia Rubio, Edinburg North, U.S. Navy. Noah Davila, Edinburg North, U.S. Navy. Jamie Leal, Robert Vela, U.S. Navy. Kimberly Hurtado Rodriguez, Edinburg High, U.S. Navy. Michael Cruz, Edinburg High, U.S. Navy. Betsaida Cibrian Economides, U.S. Navy. Sierra Flores, Edinburg High, U.S. Navy. Angelina Yamileth Garcia, Edinburg North, U.S. Navy. Jose Felix Castillo, Robert Vela High School, U.S. Navy. And Jennifer Vita, Edinburg North, U.S. Navy, as well as Ramiro Diego Cárdenas, Robert Vela High School, going to the Navy, all from the city of Edinburgh, ladies and gentlemen. Xavier, you got the photos? Families, you got the photos? Okay, one more time, we want to thank them for their commitment to serve our nation. And I also want to recognize two other students, Marines, Ms. Danielle Medrano and Mr. Pablo Hernandez. They're already at boot camp, so unfortunately they couldn't attend today. But may all of these students know that their city stands proudly behind them. And before we conclude, I also want to thank Claudia Noyola, Army veteran, American Legion Post 408 member, and a former JROTC senior instructor at EHS for all her help. We could not have gotten all of these students here without her help. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Stand up. Claudia, you can't hide from us. I do want the families to know that we do have a backdrop out in the lobby for you. I know you guys want to take individual photos. You're so, so proud. We're so proud. Please take advantage of that. And thank you all so much for being here today. We appreciate it.
Also want to thank all the military personnel in uniform for joining us today. All the parents, todos los papás, muchas gracias por tener eso en sus hijos y sus hijas para que sirvan nuestro país. Thank you everyone to instill that in your sons and daughters to serve our country. I think that it's very important that we recognize them. American Legion, Roxanne said it best, we couldn't not have done this without the help of the American Legion. That's our commander, Omar Medina. If you can raise your hand to be recognized. Thank you very much, and may God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Council Member. I know you help us lead this initiative. We appreciate it. It's a great tradition to start. We always recognize all those that have served, right? It's, I think, important that we recognize those that are about to serve. And so thank you to all the students and, of course, the parents. Thank you all so much. All right, we're going to move on now to public comments. And just as I stated earlier, this is where the podium is right now because of the recognition. So if you have any public comments, feel free to come to this podium here. I know you're facing the audience, but we could still see you. But go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, sir, Mayor. As a reminder to individuals who would like to address the council during open forum, members of the public are welcome to participate in open forum. We respectfully request that all speakers refrain from making direct and indirect personal attacks on city employees, staff, and other members of the public. Comments should not be threatening in nature and should pertain to city business. The Edinburgh City Council allows for a specific portion of the city council meeting to be dedicated to public comments. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes. I'll be taking time. Please note that the public comment period is not interactive. The city council may not respond to public comments. At this time, Mayor and Council, we have one public comment. Is Ms. Fern McClarity regarding taxpayers' money.
I think she's coming in right now.
Ms. McCurdy also has comments on items 6A and 6D.
Okay, Ms. Fern, you're up.
Yes.
It's okay. I know we have a lot going on, but we have the podium here because of the presentation. But we could still see you and And I can assure you, we can still hear you, so,
All right.
but
Well, I was
yes,
going
ma'am.
to complain. I had to stand there till all the people only got one door in, one door out. So if it got on fire, we'd be in trouble. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm after them. Gentlemen, we should start every meeting by clearly identifying our debt, because before we start spending, we should decide how the debt is going to be paid. The debt of the city of Edinburg is $136,479,857. Every one of our elected officials will tell you, don't worry about the debt. It is already taken care of in the annual budget. The annual budget is $164 million, and we will be paying for it for the next 20 years. We did not create this debt, but it is going to we're going to take care of it. Don't worry. That's what we hear all the time. You know, I was looking at the annual budget and specifically the organization sheet. I gave y'all a copy. At the top of the chart, there is a block, and it says the people, which is above the mayor, the city, and all the other people that work at the city. No one else ever asked what I want or how much I will want to spend to operate the city. Nobody has ever said, here is the plan, take it for a couple of days and see what you think. What do you think about activities and specifically about the money? Because we are going to get a loan and use your property as collateral. It is important that you understand that if you do not pay this debt, the bank will take your home. This is a simple process, and it will solve a lot of problems if we were to follow. Ask the people to approve the budget if you expect them to pay for it. If this were my budget, the first thing I would cut is the high-rise parking, the 67% increase in water rates, public golf courses, giving money to private developers to improve their business, creating laws that allow developers to avoid paying property taxes, removing annual property tax increases. Do you know that the public submitted 63,000 property values were protested this year? The system of public spending is broken because it is governed by those responsible for the spending. It is just like property appraisals. They are controlled by the local government. They spend the money. The more money they need, the higher the values go. And they say, what are you complaining about? We're going to make you rich. One of the requirements in the tax law is that people feel that they are being treated equally. When has that ever happened? We, the people, are upset because elected officials are telling us what they are going to do with our money. It needs to be clearly understood. Telling you what we want is the job of the people. And if you do not like it, then as like they always say in the cartoons and things, take your football ball and go home. We're at the top of the list.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any other public comments?
No, sir, Mayor.
All right, that being the case, we're going to move on to item 7, council only, because item 6, those are public hearings that were scheduled for 6 o'clock. So we'll come back to those as soon as we're able to do that. So we're going to move on to item 7 for now. We're going to come back as soon as we get to 6 o'clock. Item 7 is ordinance. Item A.
Consider ordinance providing for a temporary special use permit for the World Elder Abuse Awareness Parade to be held on Wednesday, June 11, 2025. The parade will begin and end at Bert Ogden Arena, as described, located at 4900 South I-69C, as requested by Hidalgo County Criminal District Attorney's Office.
So moved.
Second.
We have motion and second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 8A.
Consider amending resolution number 2514 to commit additional funds for the Chapin Pumps Rehabilitation Drainage Improvements Project under the Texas General Land Office Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program through the Community Development and Revitalization Division, awarded as contract number 23-152-007-E179, 2018 South Texas Floods Funding, and execute grant documents related thereto.
All right, council.
So move.
Second. We have motion and a second. Any discussion? I just had a question on the, this is still a grant, right? It says for the 2018 flood, but is there a time period that we have to make sure
we do have a period of performance. We're still within the time frame. The item that we have on the agenda includes we already bid the project out, and we have it for award.
So we have enough time?
We have enough time to.
Okay, that's what I want to know. Okay, no problem. All right, thank you. All right, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item 9A.
Consider awarding bid number 2025-13, Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery 2018 Flood Shape and Pumps Rehabilitation Drainage Improvements Project to 8A Builders LLC for an amount not to exceed $1,360,578.67, and authorize city manager to enter into a professional services contract and execute any documents related thereto pursuant to the city's ordinances and procurement policies.
So moved.
Council, we have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Just again, following up, this is tied in with making those funds available on the previous item?
Yes, and just to respond to your previous question, I do have on the item, the period of performance is February 28th of 2026.
Okay, so that's when it should be completed?
Yes, sir.
At that point, okay. All right, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Move on to item 10, consent agenda. We have items A, B, C, D, and E. Council.
Make a motion to approve A through E.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. It is still 5:31, and just to update the public hearings are scheduled for 6 o'clock, so we can't have those items until 6 o'clock. So at this time, council, given that, I'm going to ask that we move on to, well, item 11, other business. Is there any items y'all would like to include next meeting? If not, I'd like to move into executive session, and then we'll come back at 6 so we could be able to cover those items as public hearings. It's 5:31, but we'll come back at 6 o'clock. Is there a motion to go into executive?
So move. Second. Okay.
A motion, a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. We'll be back at 6 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, to take on the public hearings. No?
Check.
Is it on? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Now
I
it's
think
on.
it's back on. Just want the record to reflect there was no action taken in executive session. I do believe there's an item that does need action this
Yes,
time.
Mayor. On item 12B1, recommend a motion authorizing the city manager to proceed as directed on the terms and conditions as discussed in executive session.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. At this time.
Item 12C as well, we need.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
action.
so sorry.
That's okay.
We have a
Item
motion needed. Go ahead.
Yes, on 12C, recommend a motion authorizing city manager to proceed as directed under the terms and conditions as discussed in executive session.
So move.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any other items on executive?
No, Mayor.
Okay, great. All right, at this time, it is now past 6 o'clock, so we can go back to item 6. This is public hearings, items A, B, C, D, and E. At this time, I'm going to open up the public hearing for all of these items. So if you're here to want to speak or comment on any of these items, the hearing is now open. You can approach the podium and make any comments you wish at this time.
I just had signed up for 6A, that y'all would have the department head or y'all to discuss and kind of tell what it's all about. There are several things on there. I talked with her. They're talking about smart meters and replacement. That was kind of like you're replacing new ones. And so I've had people call and ask me about it. So if you'll just, I know it's a grant, but just explain kind of what these are and how they're going to help the public.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else, before we move on to that? We could get other comments, and then you can come up, Ms. Claudia. Yes. Go ahead, sir. Do you have a comment on any other item? Oh, you don't? Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin Worsham. I'm here to speak on behalf of item 6E in favor of the replat of Lot 13 of Palo Alto subdivision to replat as Will's Place. I'm the engineer for the project, and I'm also the son of the property owner. So I'd like to thank the planning department and Rita specifically in all of her help, and just express my support for the project.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I forgot that I signed up for 6D. Would like you to kind of explain, because I know this one has come up several times. Why does it keep coming up? I know where it's at, because that's where I ask. It's 899 South McCall. So can someone explain what's changed? Okay?
Okay. All right. Is there anybody else? Let me just get any comments from anybody else on any other items, and then we can go answer those questions. Anybody else, any comments on any of the other items? If not, I'll take in by particular order. Ms. Claudia, do you want to come up? Can she go over that right now, the items? Okay, go ahead. We're going to go over item A. There's a question on the grant.
Good evening, Claudia Varias, Director of the Grant Administration Department. We have two officers here of our Community Development Council.
Thank you all for your service. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Dr. Leal and Ms. Elizabeth Martinez. We wanted to just give a brief overview of the 25-26 proposed annual action plan for CDBG. At this time, we've had a public hearing in March, and we had a Community Development Council in May. At that time, projects were presented to the Community Development Council, and what you have in your agenda packet is the projects that are being recommended for funding for the 25-26 annual action plan. Just some highlights on a couple of the projects include the Housing Assistance Program. We're very excited to propose for that to be funded in the amount of $465,942, because that'll go to the reconstruction of 3 homes. We see every day that that's a huge need. We get calls and walk-in traffic, on a weekly basis, so we know that's going to fill a major community need and critical gap. We're also really excited about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program. Again, this is filling a huge community need. The funds that we have for this year, for fiscal year 24-25, have already been depleted. They were depleted back in January. So this is a little bit more of additional funding. We're proposing $90,000 for that. And I did want to also address the smart water meters replacement project. This is a new project. We're looking forward to implementing this project if it gets approved. The Utilities Department will carry out this project. It's replacing old meters, aging infrastructure, again, at CDBG eligible subdivisions in the city. So this will be a cost savings. It'll be water savings. It has really benefits at the regional level. So we know that that project will benefit the community. And we're also including some funding for public service agencies, as we always do, including Amigos del Valle, Camp University, and Capable Kids Foundation.
Great. Thank you. Council, is there any questions?
Ms. Fern, did that answer your questions?
Yeah. I have a question just, oh, go ahead.
I wanted to add real quick, I want to thank Claudia and Elizabeth for all the work. I mean, we've been meeting several times, reviewing with the different organizations, the different projects that they're wanting for us to help. It was a long process. We have limited funds. We were able to allocate as much as we could to help everybody. So it was a great year. And hopefully with your approval, this will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one comment. If there's ever, and I know there's county assistance, but if there's ever anything to help the elderly with upkeep of their yards, I often get questions if there's anyone that does that. If there's any sort of funding that we can assist. And on the smart water meters, you'll like this. If you have a break in your house and water leaks, the smart water meter will let the city know, and they'll go out there.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. I just had a question about, this is for next fiscal year, correct? October 1st?
Yes.
So with all the cuts in the federal government that they're talking about, are we affected in that way or not? I'm just curious.
At this time, not for 25-26. For 25-26, that funding has already been
Okay, got
approved.
it. Okay.
We have a letter from HUD already, our allocation letter, so
Okay.
we're in good shape for that.
For this fiscal
Beyond,
year,
it's a little up in the air.
yeah, okay, great. Well, thank you all so much for all your work, and for those of you that may not be aware, these are funds that we get from the federal government to help low to moderate income areas here in our city. So it's only limited funds that we get, so it's always a tough job trying to prioritize, but thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, and then we have, I think there was an answer to item D that we have the engineer here.
Yes, Jaime Acevedo, Planning and Zoning Director, for the record, for item 6D. It's a rezoning. This is at the southwest corner of McColl and Sprague. And this is near the Victoria Heights subdivision and West Meadows subdivision. What they're doing there, Mayor and Council, is that they're taking 5.5 acres of a property that's zoned multifamily. That property is zoned commercial off of McColl, and then it goes into multifamily, and then it goes to single-family residential abutting West Meadows. They're taking the middle component, which is a multifamily, and reducing it by 5.5 acres to make the commercial portion larger.
Oh, I see. So that's what this is, okay.
Right.
So instead of 10 acres of multifamily, you'll have 5.
Like 4.5.
4.5, okay.
Yeah, so there was no opposition. I mean, it was a
Right.
win-win for everybody.
And are we getting big box stores there? What are we getting?
We haven't been told. We haven't been told what's coming in.
Yeah.
Can they put charging stations?
Charging stations for the electric vehicles.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you. I don't know if you want to add to that, or he covered it. All right. Okay. Anybody else? Any other comments? If not, I will close the public hearing at this time, and we will now go item by item. Our city secretary will start with item A.
Hold public hearing on the proposed community development block grant fiscal year 2025-2026 annual action plan as recommended by the Community Development Council.
Motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item B.
Consider the ordinances providing for the rezoning request from residential suburban district to residential primary district as described located at 2812 East Davis Road as requested by Rural Delta Engineering.
Motion approved.
Second.
We have motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item C.
Consider the ordinance providing for the rezoning request from agricultural open space district to residential primary district as described located at 3110 Pablo Street as requested by Marco Antonio and Irma Rios and Marco Antonio Rios Jr.
Motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Item D.
Consider the ordinances providing for the comprehensive plan amendment from auto urban uses to general commercial uses and the rezoning request from residential multifamily district to commercial general district as described, located at 899 South McCall Road, as requested by Meldon and Hunt.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Last item E.
Consider the replat of Lot 13, Palo Blanco subdivision to be called Will's Place, as described, located at 3116 Hackberry Lane, as requested by WK Engineering P. LLC.
Motion approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, please raise your right hand. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. At this time, we've gone through all the items now, so is there any other items to cover this time? No? All right, item 13, adjournment. Is there a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed? We're adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.